Sahar TV, gay woman converts to Islam and instantly regrets what she did. I mean, I doubt that. I doubt that.
Pakistan really is that beautiful? Nope. This is the United Kingdom.
Of course. It's probably Whitechapel, which used to be a mainly Jewish area.
This video right here shows a race, and the white guy is leading in front of the black guy. Let's see what the black guy does, because he's losing.
It is not permissible for a Muslim to attend any rituals of other religion, even if the funeral of his father.
And honestly, I don't think that I can call myself a Christian anymore. I've been considering converting to Islam for 2 years. You want to know the biggest difference that I've noticed between Christianity and Islam? One is based off of love, the other is based off of fear.
Christianity is based off of love, and Islam is based off of fear. What are you talking about? How you doing? This is so hard.
It's funny how people never actually read their own religious text. If you like, it's funny. I used to work at a church for a while in like the media department, and it was so fascinating. The majority of people there did not even believe what they were there to listen to a sermon. They didn't even believe it. They were only there because it was what was expected of them. That's it. It was what was expected of them. They had no real understanding of like what is sin. They had no understanding of like what it means to be moral. They had no understanding of really anything. Like they'd walk into a church, they pretend to be all one person, and the second they walk out, they became like a Sunday Catholic, where they'll sleep around, do drugs, drink all week, do whatever the heck, they kill somebody, and then return to church the next Sunday and beg for forgiveness. It was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous, and I could spot it. It's just like these people were just not real. They had no concept of what they were actually at church for. Yeah, and that's very prevalent. And then you always hear people about, Christianity was just nothing but hatred. And it was like, you didn't understand Christianity in the first place. Iran is one of the countries where white skin is not that important, but having no hook nose is important. Oh, yeah, true.
TV, and welcome to part 20 of The West Has Fallen. If you don't know what it is, we will show you videos from all around the world proving to you that the West is indeed collapsing. Let's get to the videos. This liberal woman is embarrassing herself. She's gonna kiss the foot of a black person. Watch.
They kiss it. Kiss it. Put the boots right there.
Why?
Put everybody. Right. Put your boots right there. There you go.
Oh, she's in India. Sorry. It's just, why? Why would you kiss someone's feet? Why? Does she feel guilty or something?
You gotta stay focused. There you go. Yeah, go ahead. Hey, what's your name? White America. Come on. Now we got the kindness. You got 2 more things.
White America?
You okay? Come on, I believe in you. Come on. Here, you got more work to do, all right? Go right there. Come on.
What a weak and pathetic behavior. What is she doing?
Come on, you gotta focus. Focus, right here. Focus. Finish the job, this man right here. Then now, all the way, same thing. Just like my king. He may make you bow down.
Does this make you feel better?
Absolutely.
Oh my God. White guilt. White guilt is what brought you a ridiculous amount of immigrants into your countries. White guilt is what will make your country fall and collapse.
White guilt isn't real. It's people wanting to feel responsible for something. Again, like I was mentioning earlier, one of the biggest problems with our society right now is people don't have problems. People grow up with everything handed to them that now they want to feel guilty for the fact that living in the United States of America has given them everything. And you don't need to be white to receive everything. And that's the sheer weirdness. I mean, I'm lucky enough to have my parents together. Statistically, when it comes to like a black household, there is no black household statistically. And that's the sad part. That's the sad part. And that's the thing. It's just like white guilt isn't a thing. It isn't a thing. She just wants to feel like she's doing something good so that way she can feel good about herself. Oh, I did this great thing. I did this great thing. So, what the heck?
What in the world is she doing? What is she doing? What age do we live in, huh? Apparently, according to Islamic teachings, it is forbidden for a Muslim to attend a Christian or a Jewish person's funeral because it's haram to mourn an infidel. Watch.
Now, the next question is that can a Muslim go to a Christian funeral?
The answer is no. It is not permissible for a Muslim to attend any rituals of other religion, even if the funeral of his father. So if he's a revert and his father or mother die as a non-Muslim, he must not attend their funeral or burial. If they have a reception afterwards in one of the homes and he shows up to give his condolences to his siblings, his uncles, his aunts, this is not a religious ritual. It's a reception in the home after, but usually and there is no liquor, there is no haram, then it's okay for him to attend and leave.
Now, the next
If you are a Christian or a Jew and you convert to Islam, but your parents don't convert to Islam and they die, right? According to Islamic teachings, you're not allowed to go to their funeral. These are your parents. What in the world are you talking about? What in the world are you talking about? Do you understand this sick ideology? Now, I want you to take a look at this. In Afghanistan, the segregation of women is so extreme that grown men use feminine men to please them, right? And pleasure them. Take a look at this. This is a guy, a man, a young guy. Oh my.
Well, I can't say much. I mean, I had a male dancer at my wedding, okay? I had a male dancer at my wedding. I can't say much about that. There were no women dancers at my wedding except for the family that went up to dance. I had a male dancer at my wedding. So I can't speak on this. I can't speak on this. For me, it seems normal. It seems normal. Oh my gosh, yeah.
God. But I thought it's not okay to be gay in Islam. This video right here shows a race, and the white guy is leading in front of the black guy. Let's see what the black guy does, because he's losing.
He got some moves. He got better moves than me.
Totally legal, right? This imam is from Florida. Take a listen to what he's saying.
There's nearly 7 million American Muslims right now, alhamdulillah. Let's take gratitude in the fact that we're here in the great state of Florida. Part of power building is building a pipeline of leaders. I want to see, inshallah, one day governor of the state of Florida is a Muslim. Everybody say inshallah. The House has Muslims in there, say inshallah. Senators, Muslim senators, say inshallah.
Muslims are men who defend themselves, they defend their religion, they defend their principles, what they believe in. They don't apologize about jihad. They're not afraid of jihad. It's a part of who we are.
I don't think you want to claim that. I don't think you want to claim that. When did that become such a normalized thing? When did that become such a normalized thing? It's just like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Society is burning. Society is absolutely burning.
A Muslim is an individual who, part of his rojula, being a man, is not our wives do jihad. We do jihad.
There's nearly 7.
Jihad is imposing war on behalf of Islam.
Mm-hmm.
Exploding next to Jews, that's jihad. Crashing into 9/11 into the towers, that's jihad. October 7th, that's jihad. Manchester arena bombing, that's jihad. You should not be ashamed of jihad, right? Take a look at this video of a Muslim man climbing on a cross and pretending to hump it. Watch.
That thing looks like it's gonna fall. I think that would be hilarious.
The sheer respect coming from the Muslim community towards the Christian community is Wonderful. We love seeing it, right? Wow. Pakistan really is that beautiful? Nope. This is the United Kingdom.
With those horns, it sounds like India. With those horns. Oh my gosh. Islamophobia is everywhere, is insane. I thought America was quite secular country for every people, but it looks like it's not safe for Muslims. No, Muslims are safe. Extremism is not. Anyone who claims like you can't visit a friend's funeral, anyone who claims like jihad is okay, anyone who even utters the word infidel is an extremist and does not belong. And sadly, a lot of people absolutely believe that, which means they do not belong. They cannot assimilate. And that's not Islamophobia. That's just a people not willing to accept another group of people. That's the real issue. That's the real issue. Like I've had Muslim friends. I've grown up speaking with them and having conversations with them. It's not a problem if it's not a problem. The problem is it is made a problem. As long as they don't make it a problem, it's not a problem. You can't bring extremism anywhere. And that has to do with everything. That has to do with everything. I don't know why Islam gets a pass on extremism. It shouldn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. Hatred is hatred. I don't care how you describe it. I don't care if it's religious hatred. I don't care if it's political hatred. Hatred is hatred, and it needs to be squashed. It needs to be eradicated from society. I have hatred towards hatred, okay? Swallow that oxymoron. It's funny, if the Christians did something like this, there would be a bombing in the middle of it. Or if the Jewish community did something like this, there would be a bomb in the middle of it. Because there would be a hate group that would put a bomb in the middle of it. You think who would put the bomb in the middle of it? Come on, you use your imagination. Extremism exists everywhere, in every other community. It's not just Muslims. Well, it's Muslims causing the issue here. It's Muslims causing the issue here. That's the thing. You have an issue of always noticing like people pointing out the problem when the Muslims do it, but you don't acknowledge when they point out when other communities do it. You have a very select mindset where Muslims can do no wrong. That's just BS. People are evil in general. People can always do wrong. Groups especially. Groups are always gonna do wrong, and religion is no safety factor behind it. I don't care what religion it is. They will always do wrong.
What a disastrous footage. I can't believe this is what's happening in the UK. These people right here are pro-Iranian regime, and the police in Germany has had enough with these people. I have to say, I'm really proud of the police in Germany on how they're acting with these lunatics, right? Beautiful.
This type of crap makes my blood boil. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. That's one thing I don't like is this is making everyone mad towards Muslims as a whole. That is the massive issue. They need to squash these extremists so that way natural human beings can continue living their life and hatred won't build up throughout the entire world, because eventually the world will come to a boiling point when these extremists cause so much hatred, so much slaughter, so much violence that it's just going to lead to a massive unrest. Massive unrest. It's crazy. It's crazy.
This video is from Italy. Take a look at this incredibly familiar sign.
Looks like Nazi Germany. What the heck?
Now you see it? They're doing the Roman salute, aka the Nazi salute. They're stuck in the fascist era of the 1930s. Unbelievable. This right here is an Australian patriot standing in the face of hate and in the face of socialists, communists, Marxists who want to destroy Australia from within. That's how you should stand against them. Watch.
You can't have pride for your own nation. It's ridiculous. And the fascists always start calling the people who have pride in their nation Nazis. It's so weird. It's so weird.
One versus hundreds. Australians, why aren't you fighting this? They'll make your country crumble from within. Fight with these patriots, or else it's going to be too late. This Muslim woman in America is incredibly angry with us, the infidels and the kuffars.
We're the terrorists! You mock my hijab! You curse my prophet! You insult and use my scripture! You step on...
Well, that fair is fair. If you could make fun of any religious entity, Muhammad is not special. Jesus Christ is not special. Krishna is not special. It doesn't. Joseph Smith is not special. It doesn't matter. Everything is fair game. Why does everyone seem to draw the line when it comes to the Quran? It makes no sense to me. Like, you should be able to make all jokes or no jokes are allowed. It's so weird. It's so freaking weird how people don't seem to understand that, oh, if you're going to joke about what someone truly believes in, they're going to joke back about what you believe in. And then they get on a hissy fit and start calling it Islamophobia when you were the one that started the jokes. It's just like, it makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. It's like a child on the playground who's getting bullied back after he started bullying and then runs to the teacher or runs to his parents going like, this kid was mean to me. It's just like, yeah, so? Let the moronic kids be moronic kids. They need to learn somehow. But yeah, it's just, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. I hate it when people are like, oh, you can't say this about Islam. Why? Why? Why is that so protected? Seriously, why? Oh my gosh.
Spit and burn my holy book! You insult my God! You kill my people! We're the terrorists!
Well, if you don't like it in America, you can move to Saudi, you can move to Qatar, you can move to Kuwait, you can move to Afghanistan. They would love to.
Dude, why are you trying to make sense? They don't have sense. They are brainwashed aliens at this point. The thing is, a lot of it is emotionally based. It is emotionally based. That's the problem. And again, when it comes to extremism, they lean on emotion because logic has no place in extremism. It really doesn't, because just like in politics, when someone is so extreme to one side or the other, when you try to have a logical conversation with them using facts to form your argument, they'll start shouting. They'll start getting incredibly angry because they're being attacked. They have no logical response to what you're saying that they need to feel emotionally triggered. That has been like the cornerstone of like cults throughout the centuries. Throughout time, cults have been forged through manipulating emotion. And it just, for some reason, it's just working so far really good right now with social media and the fact that it pushes people what they want, and nobody ever broadens their mind to look at stuff look at other things. Like, that's the thing. I have no problem if people make jokes about a religion. I have no problem with it. I think it's funny. I think it's funny. I mean, like, I watched Good Omens. I thought that was a funny show, especially from an atheist perspective on Christianity. I thought it was hilarious. But that's the thing. It's just like, I've always had a different perspective on this kind of stuff, which a lot of people don't seem to think that way. A lot of people get emotionally aggressive when it comes to that stuff. They really do. And it's like, you can't. You can't get emotionally invested in this stuff. You have to be able to see it, be logical about it, and realize that not everyone is the same human being. Anyone who thinks they're the same as someone else belongs in a loony bin. But Muslims never do these things to any other religion. It's just our participation of Muslims that we tried to our perception of Muslims, that we tried to blame everything into Muslims. In India, our country's problems become somehow done by Muslims. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. The thing is, it's just like you can't be completely neglecting of the place you're at. There, again, in India, I hate the idea of Muslims having their own special law. I think that is absolutely barbaric. Absolutely barbaric, if I'm flat out honest. Why should one group of people be held to a different law than every other person in the nation? Why? It's just barbaric. It's absolutely barbaric. They should all be held to the same law. They should all be held to the same law. That's the thing. It's just like you're saying one thing, but the laws in India had always been protecting Muslims, so they'd have their own special code, which is just barbaric. When every other person, Christians, Jews, Hindus, they'd all have to share the same law, but Muslims got their own special law, which it just already is racially selecting Muslims out, because apparently they're more special than the rest of the world or the rest of the people in India. That already puts a target on their back in India, because they're treated as a superior class, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Have you, but just a little bit more fabric in Afghanistan, right? All the way up to here. You'd love it. Take a look at how the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, completely dismisses a claim about an illegal alien.
Because our laws aren't Islamophobic, our government is. What if it is? Why does Islam have its own special code and rules and laws in India? If anything, you're making no argument for yourself, because for so long India has always given a special caste to Muslims. If Muslims never had that special caste, guess what? They'd be treated like everyone else in the rest of India. Your argument's invalid. It's the fact that the government has been treating Muslims as special in India that has probably led to more people disliking it, because, well, yeah, they if you give a mouse a cookie. Nursery rhymes exist for a reason.
In Chicago, watch.
Well, the real Chicagoans that I talk to, that I communicate with, mostly black and brown, actually, tell me that you don't seem to know the difference between illegal aliens and real Chicago citizens. They feel that you are siding with the illegal aliens over them in their communities. And okay, sadly,
William, let's get to the question.
Let's get to the question. The real question is simply this. I don't know how to make it any more direct. An illegal alien from Nicaragua grabbed a woman on the north side last week, bashed her head into the sidewalk, knocked her unconscious, and raped her. If that had been your wife, Stacey.
Okay, all right, we're not going to answer it. Thank you. Thanks, William. All right.
Yeah, you can't make it personal. You can't. I remember watching like A Time to Kill. Yeah, I think it was A Time to Kill, where you had Samuel L. Jackson, who it was like, I think 1960s, a movie based in the 1960s. Of course, Matthew McConaughey was playing a lawyer again, just like he did in Amistad, and the entire argument was his daughter of 10 years old was SA'd by two gentlemen. She was incredibly young. She would never have a future of bearing children. She would never. And Samuel L. Jackson, hearing they were going to be released because they were white, took the law into his own hands and took them both out. And the entire film is about trying to get him off as an innocent man who just took the law, who just did what was necessary. And the entire jury was white. The entire jury was white, saw a black man, wanted him guilty. And it was Matthew McConaughey's job to basically make them understand why those people deserve to die. It was insane. It's just like, they have to see it from their own perspective. These people are so detached from it that they don't acknowledge, oh, these people even matter. But in that line, it was just like he's telling the spoilers. He was basically having everyone sit down, telling the story of a child, a little girl who was taken advantage of, and then was just like, now that's your daughter. Because Matthew McConaughey had a daughter the same age as Samuel L. Jackson's. And it just, in that line, everyone, like all the white people on the jury start tearing because immediately they imagine their own child. They immediately imagine their own grandchild because he's not putting color to that's the thing. A lot of these people need to actually see it or experience it firsthand, need to see it firsthand before it rationalizes like, oh crap, this is disgusting. So that's why it's like, oh, we're not going to answer that question. We're not going to answer that question. It's like, come on. Come on.
Would you want ICE to deport her?
All right, let's move on.
Yes or no?
Let's move on.
Answer the question as a man. Not as a mayor, but as a man. Would you want
Let's move on, right? It doesn't matter. As we speak, a lot of people do Hajj, right? And I want you to take a look at this woman and tell me if it looks like she's getting sexually assaulted. Watch. Must be such a peaceful and relaxing experience touching the Kaaba like this, right? In this immense pot, right? That's about to explode every minute. So crowded. I just launched the Sahar TV merch store. And this isn't just a merch store for me, guys. It's something I've been building intentionally and working on.
Oh my gosh. Always tried to plug his merch. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. You ain't no Hindu. All my Hindu friends know the truth about the medieval cult. Stop acting, kid. Oh, he's still doing the Islamophobia actually is normalized here in India. Most of us Hindus aren't like that. We love every religion. Our religion teaches us tolerance, inclusion, acceptance, and pluralism. What? I don't get it. Then why is your defense of people who are causing hate? You're not making any sense. I mean, the issue is people who are causing hate. It has nothing to do with anything else. It's just people who are causing hate.
Support the mission and wear the message. Link is down below. Now let's go back to the video. This father is literally teaching his entire family that it's okay to steal. Watch.
Gotta feed them. You gotta stop and you gotta feed them. Because one thing about me, when I'm hungry, we gonna make sure you eat. You gotta eat. Ain't that right? So when y'all hear y'all kids crying, just stop, just take a break, and get them a snack. This is the only way to get them to shut up. That's it. It's simple. Y'all see they quiet as people. Hey, quiet. It's okay to take a break, y'all. It's okay. It's better than listen to y'all kids cry. And to the people that want to see the kids, here they are. Y'all always ask about the kids. Here they are.
They're stealing food.
Pouring it on the floor of the disgusting supermarket. Ichs. This lesbian is converting to Islam. Who's gonna tell her?
But the last 2 years have changed me.
Obviously, she hasn't actually read the Quran because even in the Bible, it's seen as a sin, but you're not supposed to hate. You're not supposed to hate. It's a sin, so you'll want to have someone actually correct their ways and just like, hey man, that's not a cleanful act that you're living. But you don't hate the person. You don't hate the person. That's just it. So clearly she doesn't know the difference because she thinks one is love and one is fear.
And honestly, I don't think that I can call myself a Christian anymore. I've been considering converting to Islam for 2 years. You want to know the biggest difference that I've noticed between Christianity and Islam? One is based off of love. The other is based off of fear.
Christianity is based off of love, and Islam is based off of fear. What are you talking about?
On the hard, messy, bloody, dangerous front lines with the Muslims, as opposed to sitting comfortably in the back with the Christians. Watching genocide like it's entertainment, eating popcorn, and clapping in the name of Jesus. Who was Palestinian, by the way?
Jesus was Jewish, right? Who lived in Judea. He did not live in Palestine because it was renamed after he died. So he was not Palestinian.
I know that publicly denouncing arguably one of the most powerful and evil religions in this world is going to have its consequences, but...
She's talking about Islam? I mean, I think one of the most... So in Western culture, Christianity is the main one. But if you look at the world as a whole, Christianity is a small small subset of the world, a massively small piece of the pie. There are so many, like, that's the thing. It's like, it's only seen as massive because people have grown up in the US where you agree with that girl, honestly? You're always a troll. I can't believe a single thing you actually say because everything you say is just, have you even read the Quran? Have you read a Bible? Have you read anything? Because there's no way you've been through read anything and agree with that nonsense. There's no way. But yeah, I mean, the whole thing is just like, Christianity isn't that a huge portion of it. Really isn't, especially since they don't breed like how some cultures, like literally in the Quran, they are supposed to breed and multiply and push their message around the world. I mean, it's in the Quran. That's just what it is. You're supposed to eradicate the infidels. You're supposed to take your time and spread the seed and all that nonsense. What is it in the Bible? It's to go teach others, to be with them. Who did Jesus Christ spend his time with? The tax collectors and the prostitutes. That's who he spent his time with, because they were the ones that needed him most. That's the sheer difference. He didn't go there to kill them, to hunt them down and force convert them. No, he spent time with them because they needed it. That's the thing, that there's a massive difference. It's a cult of locusts. What a cancer. I mean, yeah, the whole thing is a cancer.
I don't care because I'm always going to choose the side of love. I keep saying that I'm still deciding, but I think I just made that final decision. And I guess I'll handle whatever comes my way in the name of Allah.
Wow. Who is going to tell her that they don't approve of lesbians and gays? Who is going to tell her that she's going to be the first to be killed? Right? The first to be killed. They don't approve of people like you. Love, right? So much love in Islam, right? Tell that to the women wearing the hijab and the niqab, right? Tell it to the oppressed women in Islam who need a mahram or a male guardian allowing them to leave the house. Tell it to them. Of course, totally. It's total love. This specific video was taken by a woman in London. Watch.
I'm filming. Get off the bus. Get off the bus. Get off the bus. Get off the bus. How does she go? Get off the bus.
It's a lady. Yes, but sir, you have to understand, in Islam, it's okay to strike a woman as long as you don't leave a mark. It is perfectly fine. So what if it's a lady?
Blue-haired lesbian converts to Islam. Same energy as a chicken walking into KFC. Except the chicken has a better survival rate. True, absolutely. The chickens for KFC meme, absolutely. It's these people don't understand, and I think that's the sad part. These people actually don't bother reading. It's all like, she probably watched a TikTok video which gave her a 30-second synopsis of like the nice things in the Quran. That's it. That's it. And probably 30 seconds was about like some of God's wrath in the Bible. That's it. And that's how she formed an opinion off of a 1-minute video talking about just like obviously nitpicking things. That's how it works. That's how it works.
This right here is an ISIS terrorist that was arrested. Take a look at the questions he's being asked and his ridiculous answers. Watch.
900. المهم من صار الاقتحام على سنجار كنت انت مشارك بالاقتحام
بس مو بدايته الشرطات وهميه حجزنا شنو الشرطه؟
ايه
الشرطات وهميه نشيل 30 40 نفر للسياره نخليهم مصافحه نخلص نخلي السجون ونروح نخليهم مصافحه نقتل
هسه طبعا انا من اقاربي اختفوا ما عاد لهم وجود يعني لحظات حط نفسك بمكان هذا الشخص اللي ذبحته.
But that's the thing, is like they can't put themselves in the place of the people they slaughtered, because in order to do that, you need to see them as human beings. That's how cults operate. You have to, that's how like extremists you have to bake in that superiority mindset to where everyone else is inhumane. Everywhere else is an animal that it doesn't matter what you do to them. So they have no remorse. They have no sympathy, because to them, everyone's a kafir and they don't need to care. They just don't need to care, because that's just how their minds operate. They can't put themselves in the minds of the people they slaughtered, because to them, they're not people. They're not. They're just animals that they're butchering for slaughter, for sacrifice. Like back in the old days when you had to slaughter a pig, when you would slaughter a goat, when you'd slaughter in order to get like, oh, God, give me apologize for everything I've done, and you'd kill an animal. Now they're just doing it to people because people are animals in their minds, because they're not people.
شعورك كان يقول لا تقتلني. ليش تقتلني؟ بيادم تقتلني.
How many women, how many children do you think you've raped over the years?
لهاي الفترة بقيت وياهم تقريبا أقارب تقريبا بال5 سنوات. بالنسبة لنا كانوا صغار 15 16 ولا كبار تقريبا أقارب فوق ال 200 سنة.
What was going through your mind? Talk to me. Tell me what you're thinking when these girls are screaming for you to stop and you don't, you continue.
والله هي حالة ممارسة الجنس، يعني كل شخص ما يقدر ينفصل عن هذا الشيء. يعني هي إرادة قوية. يعني رغم ما شيء قد كانت تمنعني من هذا الشيء، يعني بس منها أخلص وياها، يعني أشوفها تمشي يعني ينكسر قلبي عليها.
لو أن قلبك طيب ما تاخذ 3 بنات وتغتصبهن يوميا.
صحيح، بس يا تعرفي وضع الشاب يعني.
لا هذا ما تبرير.
They cover the gun.
أنت كنت تستمتع بهذا الشيء.
صحيح. بس بوقتها كنا مضغوط عليه. أنا مضغوط على هذا الشيء. أنا مريض من عندي شيء. أنا ما أسوي هذا الشيء.
أوكي هسه احكي لي شنو هو الضغوطات اللي صارت وشنو هذا الشيء اللي ينراد من عندك. هسه احكي لي إياه. أنا وياك وجه لوجه. أنا واحدة من
She's one of ISIS victims. Crazy. You understand the sick ideology? You understand how many people he raped? How many kids he raped? How many people he killed? Over 900. Crazy. In Britain, he was sentenced to 3 years in prison for raping chickens. Not even chickens are safe. This fake asylum seeker wanted to occupy a playground of children. Take a look.
In the garden? Yeah. Which garden? Here, inside. Right in there? Yeah, no, like, all the benches we've got here, an adult is sat inside a child's facing it. Looks a bit funny. Yeah, very good. Pardon? Very good, it's funny. It's what? It's very good, it's funny. It's very funny. Stupid. How is it funny? Like people, like children are playing on here and they can't. Yeah, but they're not going to want to play with you in there, are they? Yeah, we sit down here. We write to the paper. The man speak to me, sit down here. You can't sit down here. Speak no have business. Why? You sit down here. This is a child's paper. You know, Shindra, me understand me.
English.
Speak English, mate. Yeah, just speak English.
Thank you.
You speak English. You speak in English very well. I speak Iranian. Iranian. Yeah, I speak English, and this is England. I don't know. I don't speak English. You don't speak English. You speak in English now. I'm asking you to leave the child's. Like, sit there next to that gentleman. There's benches all over for adults. Like, little children won't play in there if you're in there. Will they?
No, mate, this is on record, yeah? And you will be on Facebook if you carry on.
They won't play in there if you're sat in there.
Of course they won't.
The children. I built this part. You know. Well, just go then. Just go.
Oh my God, why do they want to be so close to children all the time? I know what you're thinking. This isn't Afghanistan. It isn't. This is London.
What festival is this? I mean, what? Oh, I mean, it looks like they got approval for this one, though. I gotta say, the fact that they have a lot, but then again, it's it's other Muslims wearing one of those jackets. It looks like they got approval because there's enough people wearing those jackets, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know if when it comes to like festivals, if you have approval from the city where you're doing the festival, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. I don't have an issue with it, like it being recorded and anything. If you're trying to sell a narrative on something that was given prior approval to, then you're blatantly trying to sow hate where there shouldn't be. But that's if they didn't get permission for this. If they didn't get permission for this, it's like, okay, then they are causing a problem. But if they got permission, it's like, okay, yeah, yeah.
Unbelievable. So many people, and none of them is English.
Every time me or my wife say something, that they end up saying it.
Thank you so much for watching part 20.
Oh my gosh, part 20. The fact that this keeps going on and on and on and on and on. Yeah, but that's the thing. The last video he showed, I mean, there is no way I can think that they didn't get permission for that. That they didn't get permission for that. I think they had to have. They had to have. So that last one is like having the lesbian try to convert to Islam is funny. Having some of these situations, just those are like okay, but that last one, I'm not entirely sure. I am not entirely sure because I can't tell. I couldn't tell. I don't know what was going on in London at that time. I am not in London, so I wouldn't be able to say, oh yeah, there was that. There was this festival. I mean, maybe there was a post put out about it where it was like, yeah, they got permission to do this kind of stuff. I don't know, but I don't like how I wish I knew. I wish I knew, honestly. Oh, yeah. That's the problem. That's the problem. I have many Christian friends, and they are a lot better than Muslims, Christians, and I don't know how to say that. Speak Telugu and don't disrespect Telugu, but Muslims speak Urdu, and they talk bad about Telugu. Yeah, I mean, that just makes no sense to me. That makes no sense to me. I mean, if you're going to be somewhere, be respectful of the place you're at. Be respectful of the place you're at. There's nothing... Again, I personally believe that integration is an important part. You don't try to force change a place. You just integrate into it. And if you don't fully assimilate, you just respect the fact that everyone there has a way of life and you let them live their way of life. Like, that's the thing. I'm not going to go to live in India and then force my American mindset on everyone in India. I mean, I'll throw away my own trash and try to encourage other people to help Mother India to be cleaner. But other than that, I mean, that's literally the only thing. Well, there are probably other things, but I don't live there, so I don't entirely know everything. For me, being there was just the pollution in the air and the pollution on the ground. That was it. That was it. But that's the thing. That's what I would bring. I'd just do that. And if I have my own things, I'd just do it to myself. I just keep it to myself. I'm not going to force it on other people. I'm not going to go there and start being an absolute nuisance. And I would be around other people and respect what they do and do it how they do it while I'm in India. That's just being respectful. That's just being respectful. I think it's completely barbaric for a group of people to travel to another nation and then literally expect that nation to capitulate to their way of life. It doesn't matter if it's a religion. It doesn't matter, because that nation has its own form of laws, which sadly are above your religious code. Like, that's the thing. It's just like it's above your religious code. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't care if it's an honor killing. I don't care if it's if it's a woman. Yet there's still things that you obey in the laws of certain nations that just don't flow in that aren't allowed. That aren't allowed. But of course, some other nations are perfectly fine with that. But you have to know when you're going there, like, oh, I need to be respectful of this. I need to be respectful of that. I need to be respectful of this. I mean, again, if it's one of those weird laws like clapping 3 times before entering a building, if you miss that law or that form of code, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. But not knowing that a 12-year-old girl is not for whatever you want to do, that goes far beyond like any source of rationality. That's not clapping 3 times before entering a building. That's a human being. That's a human being. Yeah, that's just... Oh my gosh.
You guys got a video?
forget to like and subscribe.
Wait, wait,